Greetings, shippers, and welcome to the cult meeting. All hail Thanulu. Welcome. I know I said I was going to do this as a stream, but there were a couple of factors that ended up keeping that from happening. One, the aspect ratio of this, because, as I'll get into in a minute, it's a bit hard to come by, so it's a bit squished. And that's something that's just a pet peeve of mine. So I figured that if I did it this way, I could use the magic of editing to stretch out the sprites a little bit. Yes, so hopefully we can see all of the glory that is Joseph, because that's why you're here, right? You're just a little bit thirsty. Shameless plug for the thirsty mug that can also come in a shirt or any other way that did arise from this stream, just how thirsty you guys are for some of the dads. So, for those of you who don't know, the cult ending is not actually achievable within the gameplay itself. So not everybody is aware of this because the cult ending is such a big part of the fandom once it was discovered, that is. So a bunch of people, fans, were going through code and they noticed the residual coding for this ending. So they dug around, pulled it out. One streamer tried to access the ending through the game and ended up playing for I think about 9 hours or something, trying to find a way to trigger it in gameplay. So, you know, good for him doing the Lord's work, but sadly it was not triggerable, or at least it didn't seem to be. So what happened was a playable version got put together. It was posted on Twitter and also on Discord. Twitter is where I happened to get the version that I'm going to play. I don't know if it's the most updated version, if there's more to it or what, but at the very least, we have this. And of course, if somebody has a more updated version, send it to me so we can play it in our silly voices, because that's what it's all about. Also, I can add my own ominous music, which I'm very excited for. We're gonna have our own soundtrack, our own everything, and also just playing through as Ethan, it very much feels like this could be the culmination of some of his poor choices, because when you go through all of the playable options as we have with Ethan, it just seems like sometimes he doesn't make the best decisions. Oh, I'm gonna draw their attention while they're busy watching me. Run back to the seats and I'll meet you there, okay? Don't get hurt out there. As Hugo begins to leave, I turn to the crowd of people and start stomping around and raising my arms as if I'm trying to frighten off a bear. Hey everybody, look at me. I'm a big old wrestling fan who came all the way from Maple Bay to see this event. I wasn't that big of a wrestling fan to begin with, but in the time that I've known it, I've come to find it very endearing. I really enjoy watching those very oily boys get into fisticuffs. Ethan, why? And so you know what? You reap what you sow sometimes. So let us go through this ending with our silly voices and see exactly why it is that some people find it to be a bit controversial, and also just marvel that people are fans enough of this that they dragged out the vestiges of this so that everybody could see it. I'm excited. You better be excited too. Welcome to the cult. That's not a yawn sound at all. Hold on, let's do this properly. Oh. What time is it? Must have been asleep for ages. Get that mouse out of there. I wonder what will happen now that Mary is gone. What about Joseph's kids? So, this takes place after you go on the yacht, the shippable yacht that the Coast Guard is totally shipping, and this is an ending that could have maybe occurred at the end of our third Joseph date. And how will Amanda feel about all of this? Well, we have each other. That's what matters. Is he talking about Joseph? Like, bro, it's been 3 days. Calm down. And 2 of those were pseudo dates at best, where you had to help him do stuff. I guess time will tell, right? Better get up and greet the day. Wait. Am I tied up? What the hell? How did I get here? What's going on? Joseph? Anybody? Don't panic. You're probably just dreaming. Why would there be a dungeon? Boat ropes my foot. Boat ropes. Yeah, okay, Joseph. An evil dungeon. Why would there be an evil dungeon here on this yacht? How big is this yacht? This can't be real. Maybe I had too much Twilight Rouge. I'm dreaming. Or something. Oh, I guarantee this is real. I can see someone at the end of the hall. It's just a shape. I can barely make out any features. Who's there? Can you untie me? It's a personal guarantee. A verbal handshake. Trust, if that's what you get off on. Please, I don't know how I got here. I think there's been a mistake. You trust me, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? Joseph, Jesus, what is this? Are you into this kind of thing? I wish you'd have warned me, because if you'd warned Ethan, he would be here for this. We all know that Ethan is... Let's just come out and say it. Ethan's a bit easy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, unless you end up in an evil cult sex dungeon. Into this kind of... I always like you, Ethan. Goal-oriented, anchored by family, the rock in shallow sea. And down to pound, if you catch my meaning. I had a whale of a time last night. Ooh, and he winked. He winked. The signature Joseph wink. I also like that cult Joseph looks like he just never sleeps. And I like to headcanon that he's just running around his life wearing massive amounts of under-eye concealer to hide this. Get it. Whale. We talked extensively about whales last night. You don't really like them. Oh man, evil Joseph, you're making my day. Stop. You're not in a joking mood. I get that. His voice is different. This whole situation is different. The way he's talking, it's dastardly, sarcastic. It can be both. Throw another one in there. Wrathful. That one's good. Wait, how did he... Oh my god, is he telepathic in this ending? Please. I'm a very perceptive, a good listener. I heard all those impure thoughts, Ethan. And about a married man, no less. That's right, Ethan. He's a married man. It takes two, Joseph. I'm pretty sure that's a sin. Who are you? I told you. I'm a cool youth minister. Have you seen my tattoos? Were you even watching me tear it up on the dance floor? You used to be a lot more fun. Well, hi, my name is Joseph. I have an alcoholic whore wife whose life I destroyed. I'll go back to that line. Poor Mary and their kids. Joseph laughs. My kids. Those aren't my kids. Well, they are my kids, in a way. Cosmically, I guess you could call them vessels. And in that case, I guess that technically makes me not a dad. Whoops. Sorry to kill that little fantasy for you. Man, he needs to get off dad book right now. Joseph, this is insane. So the whole minister thing, that's just a front for this weird sex stunt. Joseph starts laughing hysterically. Oh, that's so cute. You think this is a sex thing. I mean, it's kind of a sex thing. The safe word is Jimmy Buffett. Ethan, there are powers at work so far beyond your understanding that the very idea that I would sink to some half-baked sex game is a little insulting. All that religion mumbo-jumbo wasn't entirely false. I am a man of cloth, just not the cloth you're thinking of. I am the conduit for something beautiful, Ethan, something pure, and you have the honor of being part of it. I know that sounds kind of hokey, but stick with me. I promise I'll get back to being relatably cool in a second. Where you really are is under the house. Or I guess, under the houses. The houses? Are we under the cul-de-sac? Deductive reasoning points for Ethan. How did nobody notice a dungeon underneath the town? Somebody would have had all dead. Everyone who figured it out, that is. And it's not a dungeon. Dungeons are for old castles and 12-year-olds. This place is, how would I describe it? Inhabiting many spaces, the betweens of the world, the gaps in mathematics. It's quite simply beyond you, I'm afraid. Just think of it as the real Margarita Zone. This is too much. My head hurts. Ethan, ever wonder where all the wives and husbands in town went? Why everyone's an eligible single father? I just thought it was a coincidence, and then I lucked out, for I am the thirstiest dad in all the world. Nothing's a coincidence, idiot. No town in America has such a concentration of eligible, willing dads. Unfortunately, am I right? And do you know why? I don't know if I do, Joseph. Because of me. Because of my work. Because of my loyalty. Loyalty? You're insane. Profoundly. How many couples have I pushed to divorce? How many wives and husbands have I hunted in the dark? Wait, Amanda's mom? Cora, it can't be. I unfortunately can't take credit for that one. It seems entropy beat me to the punch. I don't know if that's a relief or not. I think it should be a relief. I mean, you've already uncovered that all of your reality is a lie and it's getting real dark and meta. Like, I think that should be a relief. But man, what if I had? The look on your face would have been priceless. Maple Bay is a psychic beacon of unfathomable power, but it requires sacrifice. It needs to feed on those deep, unquenchable pangs of anguish. I knew it was Cthulhu. I knew it. Thanulu was accurate. We are told it's Cthulhu, guys. It's Cthulhu the whole time. It all makes sense now. Also, I can definitely see how people come to be shipping Joseph and Robert in both versions and both senses. It kinda makes a lot of sense when you #think about it. And all to get these very good friends of ours here, in my town, and my father's town, and his father before him, hurting for human touch, praying for the salvation of kindness. I don't understand. Of course you don't. You were out there gallivanting about, seducing all the hottest single dads, meddling in something you have no understanding of, a greatness you could not conceive. Out there, in the dark of sea, lies something that has been waiting to return for 100 million years. It showed the path to Jonah, my ancient ancestor. Sorry. As it has shown the path to me. And I will fuck each dad whose life I destroy, until the shame and the stink of their failures has returned our eternal king to life, the fuel of 100,000 rank darknesses of soul. Wow. Do you have anything you'd like to say? Ooh. Can I just say worth it? That's what Ethan has to say. Still worth it. Okay, we'll save. We'll save. Let's do both. I'll kill you if it's the last thing I do, or what about him? Okay, let's not pretend that Ethan has that kind of gumption. I'll kill you. Yeah, maybe some other dad, maybe Bruce McLean. I don't know about Ethan. Let's start off with, what about Amanda? How will she be independent if I'm in a sex dungeon? Actually, you know what? This might be a great thing for her. Just kidding. You don't get to choose. I know you're used to being in control here. Is Ethan used to being in control? Oh, I get it. It's a metagaming reference. Cute. Cute, I like it. But now, it's my turn. And don't worry yourself about Amanda. If you touch her, please, Ethan, give me some credit. Look at my pedigree. Oh! If I do my job, I won't even have to. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's some other business I need to attend to. Your dear friend Robert has been awfully worried about you. I think it's about time that miserable drunk gets one last visit from the Dover ghost. This is a nightmare, and yet at the same time has more connective plot than a lot of the rest of the game. Oh, this is so much more continuity than so many of the other things that happened. A beautiful nightmare. Wouldn't you agree? All along, you've been living a dream, Daddy. They said it. That's the title. Now, it's time to wake up. Oh man, this is bad. They dropped the title like we're some kind of Suicide Squad. We know it's serious now. How long was I out? When is he coming back? How do I get out of here? A hand slips over my mouth. Don't say anything. Hell, don't even think anything. Ellipses? It's okay, Ethan. It's me. I'm gonna get you out of here. I'm in my head, Mary's just perma-drunk. She kneels down and starts working on the ropes around my ankles. I gotta be honest, I didn't like you at first. I guess I did try to break up your Shut up for once. Look, truth is I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for the both of us. I don't think you're a bad person, despite what you might think of me. I don't want it to end like this. Not again. I raised my eyebrows at her. Come on. Who do you think lived in that house before you? I don't think about it. Not right now. He's coming. Run, kid. Mary finishes untying me and disappears. I have to get out of here. I get out of my chair and run as fast as I can down the hallway outside of my holding cell. Eventually I run out of breath. I can't keep sprinting, not with these dad knees and my lack of Craig daily jogging training workouts. I check myself. I know what they mean by that, but I can't say that in the cultural context of what it means now. Like, I check myself. All I have are the clothes on my back and this thing in my pocket, the pocket knife that Robert gave me. If I have to defend myself, this is all I have. This would have been so interesting. So I wonder what would have happened if you played through this and you didn't go on the dates with Robert, so you didn't get the knife. Maybe you wouldn't unlock this ending. That's so cool. Now the knife has a meaning. The knife we got has purpose. It's not just for whittling. Looking ahead of me, I can't see the end of the hallway. It bends further up there. I look back and can't even see where I started. I guess the only thing I can do is keep going and hope there's a way out on the other end. If there is another end. The hallway bends and twists. Sometimes it gets smaller to the point where I have to crawl on my hands and knees to get through. Sometimes it expands into a great cavern where I can't even see the ceiling. I see no way out other than to keep moving forward. I don't know how long I've been walking, but my body aches with soreness. I'm long past dehydration. My head is pounding, my vision is blurred. I lean up against the walls of the hallway for support. I'm not sure how I'm still going. And yet, still, here I am. I've been walking for what I think must be days. It could be weeks, months. The exhaustion is sunk into my bones. I drift in and out of consciousness. I think I've slept, if you can call it sleep. My dreams are played with nightmares, being chased down this hallway. I see Joseph's kids. They hide in the shadows. They're coming to drag me back to Joseph. I see Saul Graves is just on the screen. Hi, Saul. What are you doing here, Saul? Oh God, Joseph. I can see his face so clearly in those dreams. I don't know why I keep moving, why I keep placing one foot in front of the other. My clothes are tattered, and my shoes are worn through. My hell is inescapable. You did it to yourself, you did. And that's why it really hurts. Until it's a door. A door at the dead end of the hallway. I place my hand on the knob, seeing it for the first time, my gnarled fingernails and stretched papery skin. I open the door and walk through. I'm in my house. How did that... Dad! Amanda rushes into the room, wrapping her arms around me in a ferocious bear hug. Where have you been? Are you okay? I tried calling you like 30 times. Amanda? What happened? Did the boat break down or something? Oh, you know what? I'm glad you're home. I look down at myself in my clothes. They're there. My shoes are on. My fingernails aren't gnarled. I feel fine. I hug Amanda again. Nothing has ever felt as good in my entire life. I choke back tears of relief. Amanda, I'm so glad to see you. You have no idea. Wow, one night at sea? You didn't see a whale, did you? You poor thing. No whale could keep me from my daughter. You're damn right. You know what? You need breakfast. A very greasy breakfast. That sounds amazing. No bougie breakfast for us. Amanda skips out of the room. This is all so confusing. Was it a dream? By the way, is it okay if Emma P comes over tonight? Emma P? Didn't she betray you? You know, my best friend? Oh, sure. Wait, I thought... Isn't Emma R your best friend? She has red hair. You do art together. You pooped in her bed during that sleepover one time. Oh, right, my mistake. Teenage brain, you know? I sit down on the couch, suddenly very exhausted. All I want is to have a big plate of hash browns with my daughter by my side while I quietly work on my word jumbles. I reach over and grab my trusty book of jumbles. This is a crossword puzzle. I stare at it for too long. That's right, y'all. For those who didn't know, those are different. Hey, Amanda. Amanda pops her head in from the kitchen. Working hard on these eggs, Dadtron. If you want the perfect over medium, I gotta be in the zone. When's your birthday? Why? Did you get me something? No, seriously. When's your birthday? My birthday? Dad, really? Do I have to answer this? I've seen a lot of weird stuff today, Amanda. Humor me. My birthday is... It's...
Nothing gets past you, huh? You know, I almost had you going there for a sec. Was it the crossword puzzle that gave it away? You know, I try so hard to nail the details. Like cooking you breakfast, over medium eggs with hash browns. Come on, that's so you.
Ellipses.
In my Amanda impression, I really think I stuck the landing on her irreverent, that wholesome tone. The whole manic pixie dream daughter thing. I should have been on Broadway with these chops.
Wow, way to get really subversive in this alternate ending, game developers.
I feel like you're not appreciating how much work I've put in here.
Amanda turns ash black, her clothes, hair, and bracelets collapsing into concentric rings of pitch black smoke. Oh, sorry, of pitch dark smoke. I'm adding my own adjectives. Cracks begin to form along the walls around me. I look down and see the floor collapsing in tiles. As the walls crumble, I see where I truly am. Almost got away, huh? Dunno how you got out of those ropes. You're a crafty one, aren't you? Mary. Oh, right. Mary. She's rocking the tag team with you, isn't she? Funny. Here I was thinking marriage was about trust. You know, I thought I was going to take care of Robert, and then here you were, trying to make your escape. And honestly, Ethan, you're just killing my whole timeline here. Wait, Robert. As quick as I can, I pull his folding knife out of my pocket and lunge for Joseph, throwing all my force into him. Joseph knocks the knife out of my hand. It skitters across the room. Oh, man. Ethan, I thought we were cool. I thought we had a thing here. What happened to the Margarita Zone? Well, sorry, bud, but I guess I'm gonna have to do you dirty. Ellipses. Doing you dirty means I have to kill you. That's right, he already did us dirty on the boat, so... Joseph wraps his hands around my neck, smiling as he tightens his grip. What's wrong? You were so into this last night. I have no strength left to fight him. This is it, isn't it? The world goes quiet around me. All I can think about is Amanda. I miss her so much. Sorry, I said that so lightly because I'm all like, she won't miss you, independent. I'm sorry, Amanda. I love you more than anything. Please be good. Joseph's eyes go wide. He releases his grip on me and I gasp for air. It's over, Joseph. Honey, sweetie, you stabbed me. You stole so much of my life from me. Joseph backs away from Mary, clutching the wound on his shoulder. Sweetheart, we can work this out. I'm done with you. Ellipses. Father? Chris peeks into the room behind Mary. He looks different. Behind him are Christian, Christy, and Krish, who all creep into the room. Father, we're so hungry. Won't you feed us, Father? Mary turns to me and holds out a hand. Hey, sailor. It's time to go. The children corner Joseph as I crawl to Mary, who pulls me into the hallway. I look back into the room at the horror I had escaped. The more I look at it, the more it seems to break my mind. I turn away, my heart pounding. This body is but a conduit, Mary. I'll see you in your nightmares. What the hell? My eyes open, I shoot up in bed, gasping for air. Dad! Amanda leaps off of the chair in my room and attacks me with a hug. Amanda! This is the best hug of my life. I was so worried about you. I'm so happy to see her again. Wait, Amanda? What's your birthday? Dad, did you forget again? It's March 22nd. You got me a record player and we ate an ice cream cake at the beach. But then I dropped the ice cream cake and got sand all over it. Remember? I do remember that. Panda, I missed you so much. What happened? You don't remember? The yacht sank. The rescue crews had to pull you out of the water. That was a few days ago. Well, he's just been at home the whole time. They just left him with his teenage daughter. He was at the hospital and she barged in and was like, I'm a strong, independent woman. I can look after him at home. Where's Joseph? They found something in the yacht wreckage. Some documents that showed he was embezzling funds from the church. Nobody's seen him since. There's a detective here who's been waiting to talk to you. He's nice, but he's drinking all of our coffee. Let me go grab him. Has been waiting there for days. She's just been living in your house. So many questions. Wait. Yeah? Amanda. I love you so much. I love you too, Dad. Amanda skips out of the room and in a moment Mary enters with the guy I saw in the hallway. Saul. Rise and shine, bucko. Mary, are you okay? You know, it was a real shame what happened to Joseph. I had no idea he was doing what he was doing to the church. And I can't believe he ran once the feds showed up, leaving me to take care of our 4 beautiful children on my own. Ellipses. But don't worry. They're staying with my parents out in the Midwest till this all blows over. She's taking over the cult now. It's her cult now. It was a power play. It had nothing to do with her not believing in him. Mary stares at me, waiting for me to say something. Good answer. Glad to see you've both got your story straight. I'm so happy you're okay. I was worried about you. Thanks, Mary. Mary cracks a smile before turning and leaving my room. Take it sleazy, fellas. Once the door closes, the man pulls up a chair and sits next to my bed. You don't know me, but I know a lot about you, Ethan. Been keeping tabs on you for a while. I also am on Dad Book, right? He's just been lurking. He's a lurker on Dad Book. Hidden profile. Oh, it's so hot. The cult ending got me sweating. Who are you? Graves. Detective Saul Graves. Also the same voice as Matt, because I can't think of another voice right now. There's strange and mysterious forces at work here in Maple Bay. What you saw down there, we both saw down there. I don't know if I'll ever be able to forget it, and I get the feeling that you won't be able to either. But it's my job to get to the bottom of this. So what does that mean for me? It means live your life like none of this ever happened. Go be happy. Go raise your daughter. Go fall in love. Be well, Ethan. Saul walks to the door of my bedroom but stops. He turns to me. And I know it's hard to raise a kid as a single parent. Even I lost my wife under Mysterious circumstances. I bet you did. You want to move to the cul-de-sac? I think there might be an empty house if Mary leaves. Little Barry and I have been on our own for a while now, and if there's one thing I've learned through all of this, it's that us dads have to help each other out. Oh, he's got Ethan figured out. He knows what Ethan wants. Get some rest, but if you're not doing anything later, maybe give me a call. There's a rumor that if this had gone to fruition, he would have been a secret eighth dad, and then it would have reloaded on Dad Book with him as an option to date, which I think would have been cool, but at the same time, I don't know if that's how I'd want a relationship to start. Remember that time when I was in that evil paradimensional sex dungeon and you came and didn't save me but just saw me there? Good times. I like that our nightmares coincide. Okay. So I think we should definitely load our save and continue on from the other option. Hold on, let me save our ending. We got to the ending. We made it to the end. Okay. No, I don't want to overwrite my save. I'm competent. I can load and save files. All right, let's make the other choice. I'll kill you if it's the last thing I do. I'll kill you. Just kidding. You don't get to choose. I know you're used to being in control here. All right, so let's see. Does it go different? It's my turn. Also, I love doing Evil Joseph. This is just a very fun voice for me to do. And don't worry about Amanda. I'll eat her. No, if you touch her. Please, Ethan, give me some credit. Look at my pedigree. Ugh, I like it. I need to stop. Okay. He did. Okay. We did it. So, let me go. I just want a better load screen for us to sit on. Let's sit on this screen. There we go. Evil Joseph will keep us company while we talk. So, what did you think of that? I find it enjoyable, and it's fun and cute and quirky and meta and brings in a lot of those elements that people who enjoy meta level gameplay will get a kick out of. But at the same time, I can see why people think it is very cliche, and it also does completely change Joseph's character. Like, it's very hard to see this and then go back to seeing him the other way. Of course, some people, like yours truly, can keep the two versions separate and view them as two separate canons, but there's also a bit of a debate going on in fandom now as to whether or not this should count as canon or not, since it's not actually technically included in the gameplay, even though there are vestiges of it, like getting the knife from Robert and Joseph's reaction to the tattoo, Robert's tattoo, all of those things, Lucian's tattoo, just little things that show that maybe this was a route they were going to take. I can also see why they cut it out, though, because it's fun, and like the rest of the game, it's very cliche, but some might say it's a bit too cliche, and when you get that other Joseph ending, it is a bit more of a mature, realistic come down from everything that's going out, because this one is so out there compared to all of the others that it very much stands out, and it almost feels like you would want all of them to be that outrageous, or like they chose, you would want this one to be a bit less outrageous. But of course, that's just my opinion. It was definitely a trip, and I got to use my real life witch's cackle for a purpose. Hooray. So now that we did it. We dream daddied all the way through. That's amazing. So we have a couple of things, more Dream Daddy related things coming up before I make my ultimate Dream Daddy playlist, which I should probably just make now and keep adding to it. But that would require being a competent YouTuber. So we're going to do a review of the game from a shippable and general perspective, but with more emphasis on ships and what people got out of it that way and what kind of tropes and stuff have popped up in fandom and what you can expect when you go there. We're going to do a just general what I thought of it for the frequently asked questions that you guys asked during the stream, so I can get that out. We are going to do the fan art controversy, and maybe if people feel like it, we might do a ship. This is fun. I feel like I've actually completed something. I know it's a game from a couple of years ago, but I feel very accomplished right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope you enjoyed my hokey horror soundtrack that I added, complete with stings and a whole bunch of other stuff. I had way too much fun doing this. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back with more videos about more things. We will definitely play another game together because this was too much fun. Y'all are fun. I hope you know that. So, I guess this is the outro. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye. This has been Shipper's Guide to the Galaxy. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Special thanks to all of my patrons, names on the side, for helping to make all of these videos possible and helping me stay focused with these monthly video votes. As always, there is much more coming soon, so please stay tuned, for there is many ships out there as there are stars in the sky.